All right, good evening. Let me do my laser. I think I did have a technical difficulty. Yeah, let me have my lasers. Yes, good evening. Welcome again for another episode. This is our 15th episode. 15th episode. 555, 15 years. 15th episode of Pulse Asian TV. We're very sorry for tonight since Asian could not join us for tonight's event. Right, let me check my audio before going into the topic, in which our topic, sorry, a while ago I have a technical glitch on my end. I don't know what happened with restream. Let me show this one again. I don't know if this could be right. Look. All right. It should have that dance, right? So we are very happy since we are, yeah, celebrating for the lunch. Even though I did not suck for ProveX, right? Just to be clear on that one. But yeah, I did bought some token maybe on later on the day of the lunch, right? So when I did see the price on in which I think 2 billion was being dumped, right? And after the dump, then we have a going into a new all-time high as of the moment. As I'm speaking right now, we are going into a new all-time high, right? So good evening wherever you are in the world. Again, this is your man, MacB Crypto. Again, I'm very sorry since my co-host could not be here. Asian is on a meeting, right? She did message me on he did message me on Telegram that he could not join tonight's stream. But anyway, we're still here. And yeah, again, our topic for this evening is with regards with the latest launch of ProveX 2 days ago, right? So congratulations to Richard Hart to the devs, right? In which yeah, man, we'll be doing some post analysis and which what are my thoughts on this, especially during the early launch of it, right? So there was a delay for the contract to go live, right? So yeah, with same with Hex, Richard had mentioned that uh, will be going live in this day, but yeah, I think the guy have a streak on his sleeves, and there were lots of chatter around chat that yeah, they could have been a bad launch and we have to do a relaunch on this one. So these were the things that were being discussed after the launch, right, 2 days ago. And yeah, it is what it is, and we are here right now again. We're doing the post analysis for the ProveX launch 2 days ago. I'll be delving into the technology, right? And we'll also be doing some new thing for the show, in which we'll be doing some crypto terms of the day, right, before going into the topic, right? So speaking of going before going to the topic, let us see chat, right? Chat, Hexgang, STA 1997, Silver Core, coins, guys, and buy ProveX. All right, let's go. And I think, yeah, man, this is a post analysis, right? And I did mention, by the way, during the first ever ProveX conference of RH Max, in which I did mention that, yeah, this is be a rotation of the course into ProveX, and it is happening right now as we speak, right? So these are the reality of things, and I think since this is a post analysis, I will be also be sharing my opinion. Is this good, right, for the ecosystem for Pulse chain, right, which is the layer one blockchain? Is this good? Are we having new capital, or should I say new capital moving into Pulse chain? It could be investor, right? It could be the retails, trader type who will be going into this one, right? Into ProveX. So yeah. Having said that, right? Let me do this and let me share my if you have questions, by the way, you could put it on chat, right? And to the internationals who are watching right now, good evening here in the Philippines. We are live streaming every Wednesday with my man Pulse Asian. Sorry, Asian on Pulse, but he is in a meeting right now, so I will be doing the show solo streaming for tonight's stream, right? So before going into the topic, right, let me share my screen and might as well be showing our merch, right? This is from the Pulsican store. The Pulsican store, you could buy the Pulse Asian shirt, right? That is, if you wanna check out, you could have a 20% using the discount code that is Pulse Asian TV 20%. You can scan the QR code here, guys. If you wanna buy our merch in here, it is an affiliate link, by the way. So you have cool merch in here, right? So you have the Pulse Asian shirt, you have the Hex.com shirt, right? Big shout out to Neil for designing the logo of this one. This is, by the way, the Philippine logo, right? You have the yellow, red, and the blue, and the three stars: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And we have also the Asian on Pulse shirt of Pulse Asian, right? And we have Pulse Asian. And Asian on Pulse shirt, you can have different colors in this one. Let me show this one, guys. Yeah, for the different colors that you can choose, we have black, right? Yeah, we have black. I think we have also, I think, black. We have, I think this is ash colored, right? So this is ash colored and blue, I think. Black, and I think this is kind of a lighter color of black, right? So yeah, man, if you wanna check out, please check out using the Pulse Asian TV 20% discount. All right, all right. If you have question, guys, please put it on chat. If you have questions, and think, let me do this again. Hex Gang, right? STA 1997. Sell your core coins and buy ProveX. What do you think, guys? Are you gonna sell your core coins for ProveX? So yeah, we'll be doing some post analysis on this one. I will be giving my thoughts, right? And before going into delving and going into the topic, let me check my audio first on our Soc.Meds. We are live, by the way, on our YouTube channel, right? That is Pulse Asian TV. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We have only 17 subscriber, right? So please show some love, and guys, if you're watching right now, please show some love in an X or watching right now. Good evening. And we are also live in our Facebook page that is Hex Crypto Philippines, right? So again, good evening, good morning on the other side of the world, all right? To our posted newbies are watching, maybe who could be watching right now. Yeah, man, I hope you have bought your coin of ProveX, right? And do not buy those coins that had just launched and yeah, might not have a fundamental things. Um, on its essence, right? It could be like a shit coin, and it could just be a pump and dump scheme, and you have no utilities, right? So I think we should be very careful in choosing the projects and buying this stuff, right? Again, the end of the day, this is not financial advice, guys. So you have to decide on your own. I think our audio is good. Our audio is clean. Yeah, let's have some crypto term of the day. So as for internationals or who are newbies or who are noob, right? New out of the box or watching right now, right? Could be watching right now. Yeah, man. I think one thing to consider is to understand some terminologies, right? Could be the definition of terms, right? So speaking of definition of terms, let me share my Canva here. Where's my Canva? Can I share that one? I don't know if I can share that. Canva, where are you? Can I share my Canva in here? It seems I cannot share it. I don't know what's happening. I have shared this one before, right? Live, Telegram, CapCut. Let me do this, guys. App Store. Yeah, what's happening here? Telegram. I should have App Store in here. Yeah, I don't know if I could share this screen of mine. right? I hope so, but if not, then there's nothing we can do about it. There you go, there you go. I think there was a delay on this one. So, oops, what happened? Fix this tab. Yeah, let me share it back again, guys. What happened? All right. If just tuning in, again, this is your man, MacB. I will just be solo streaming for tonight since Asian has a very important meeting, right? And he did mention that, yeah, it's a very important client. I don't know how I can share this thing. Sorry, guys. So I'll be sharing my screen for the crypto term of the day, right? So let me share this one. All right. There you go. All right. So again, we'll be using some terminologies in which the newbies or who are new into crypto, right? Might as well be understanding some terminologies, right? Some definition of terms, should I say, with regards to the topic, right? So Zeki proof, right? So that's the term, that's the word, right? Crypto terms of the Pulse Asian stream will be posted here. So as for our viewers to understand the subject matter being discussed during the stream, we are hoping this will help you in getting started in your cryptoverse journey. So the word is Zeki proof, right? So what is Zeki proof? You have to understand Zeki proof. What is ZK? That is Zulu kilo, right? Zulu kilo. That is the zero knowledge, right? Zero knowledge proof or zero knowledge proofing. Now, the definition of this one, if you could look at that one on the internet, is a cryptographic method allowing one party, which is the prover, and the other party, which is the verifier, that a statement that is true without revealing any or very limited, right, information beyond the validity of the statement itself. It ensures, right, privacy, security, and efficiency in applications like blockchain, authentication, and secure data sharing. So in a nutshell, Zeki proofing is a private centric proof, right? Way of doing communications in an efficient way and in a secure way, right? Like doing in blockchain, right? So in which, right, we could use a sample sentence for this one. ProveX, which is our topic for tonight, which is a post analysis after, right? Post analysis after the analysis of ProveX, right? So if you're gonna use that one in the sentence, right? ProveX, which is Papa, what is R? Violet X-ray. What is R in, I forgot R. Romeo, I think. Like Papa Romeo, um, Violet, right? And X-ray in using Zeki proofing technology on its D app. So ProveX is using Zeki proofing technology on its D app. So, right? So, again, guys, remember the crypto term of the day is Zeki proof, in which we will be talking a lot of this term, right? Zeki proof, right? In which we will be doing this on the D app. That is the ProveX D app, right? So again, this is on the fifth episode. So I put it here in the remarks for us to remind me and Asian, right? To remind that, yeah, this was during the fifth episode. So it is an internal for us sharing this screen, right? So I hope that will help you guys in understanding what is Zeki proofing. So practically, Zeki proof in a nutshell is a private-centric, security-centric, and efficient-centric in communicating between blockchains, right? So yeah, man, these are very important concepts that we have to understand before going into the ProveX topic, post analysis on this one, right? So before going into my opinion, which is the kind of closing remarks on the topic, right? So let's have a post analysis on this one. During the launch, after the launch, right, in which Richard Hart was posting it on Twitter, right? So there was a lot of chatter that yeah, it could be a bad lunch, right? We have a let me share this price of ProveX, right? Let me share the price of ProveX. I think what's stupid. Um, one of my like one of my should I say let me do this. Let me upload this one, guys. You have to bear with me on this one. So this is the price of ProveX, right? So it's kind of hilarious, and the Polson newbies were like messaging me, "Hey sir, hey buddy, hey friend, what's happening with ProveX? You have that's almost a trillion per token, right? And a million increase in price. So it's kind of hilarious to me. That's stupid. You cannot have a token that has a that kind of value and have that kind of liquidity, right? So what I'm saying is this one, right? It is a 1 million percent over a trillion, right, per token on its land. So it's yeah, that is part of the analysis, right, or the post analysis of this one, right? So I think we have in chat, right? So Hex Gang, let me read this one, guys, right? From the top wallet in Hex, from the top wallet in Hex, from top to 1 to 1,000. So what are you trying to say here, brother? Buddy, what do you mean by this one? Anyway, how many do you think RH has control? No idea, really. I have no idea, especially with the Zeki proofing, with the tornado cash that you can do. I can only speculate of the wallets that he controlled, right? So yeah, but anyway, the OA with Hex did stake, I think, early this morning, right? In my time, right? In my time, in which I think 6 million US dollars, close to 3 billion Hex that is being staked. I could be wrong on that one, with the figure, but the point is the OA has been staking, right? The hex of the OA, right? So yeah, man. So to this question, chat, from the top wallet in hex and from top to 1,000, 1 to 1,000. So I don't. I'm sorry, I didn't get the question, right? Maybe you could put it in chat and might ask the question back in which our audience can also understand to this one, right? So again, yeah, man, we're doing a post analysis on this one. I'm getting tongue twisted, by the way. So I am a Filipino, right? So I got tongue twist with my Tagalog, with my Bisaya accent, with my English, right? So again, guys, you have to bear with me. It's kind of stiff with my English, right? But anyway, on this topic, yeah, man, you could not have a one this kind of 1 million percent increase, right? Close to, I think, a 1 trillion. You could be a 1 trillionaire, right? So I think you could just imagine the guys laughing out loud, especially RH and the devs, right? And how and I think Empowerment Builder did mention that yeah, it could be like also a form of marketing, right? And I did message to him that yeah, any marketing, there's no such thing as good and bad marketing, as long as we are talking about marketing, right? It's still marketing. But I did mention to him, Empowerment Builder, right? Big shout out to my brother Empowerment Builder, who is building a local on ramping, right? For the Filipinos here in the Philippines. Yeah, would love to see that project come to life, and yeah, I could ask you on stream, and for people, for devs to scrutinize the platform that you're building, like the code that is powering the platform that you're building. So again, we have this conversation, right? Again, this is part of the post analysis, guys, in which before the launch, right? So I did mention a while ago that yeah, I did not suck for ProveX, right? And I think the number will tell us that around 16 million, right, coming from other chains, coming from other EVM chains, right? GLJ, we're watching right now. Good evening, sir. Yeah, I will show you the chart, right? Baka mawala sa isipan ko ito, right? So I think we did have an all-time high on this one. Yeah, I think we did have an all-time high of ProveX, right? As you can see here. So I think this was the launch of around 0.4093. and we are now 0.301360, right, more or less. An all-time high of around three zeros, 0.000 1290. So that's the all-time high. So what's still the end? Brother GLJ, for watching right now, I hope you did bought. I did bought later on the afternoon. Nung hapon na yon, I did bought, right? So it was a two buy on my end, right? So I did not suck when there was a 2 billion jump on that one. Let me show the 5 minute chart on this one, right? So this is part of the post analysis and what really transpired behind the background for people to understand, right? So as I was saying a while ago, me and Permanent Builder will have this conversation that this is the typical Richard Hart that I know. The guy is very thorough. The guy is very keen, right? He's very keen with lunches, right? So I think I did mention that yeah, the guy could have a trick up his sleeves, right? And yeah, true to say, did I share that screen? All right, and true enough, right? True enough, right? Uh, True enough. Yeah, man, the guy did have a should I say a trick up his sleeves, right? So let me share the post of Richard Hart, right? In which he's kinda I could just imagine the guy laughing, right, at what's really happening with the lunch, right? People were mentioning it was a bad lunch. Even I did mention, right? Seeing a 1 trillion coin, 1 trillion or 1 billion. I could be wrong on that one, but having a billion or a billion, you could be a billionaire, a trillionaire for that matter, right? That's too good to be true for that matter, right? So I did mention that yeah, it could be a bad lunch, and I think they will be doing some relaunching on this one. And me and Empowerment Builder have this conversation over chat, right? Going, that's not Richard Hart that we know, right? I think the guy could have a trick up his sleeves, right? So you can just imagine people are like commenting that yeah, this could be a bad lunch, right? It could be like this and like that, and everyone. I think there were like influencers mentioning that it could be a bad lunch. There were also being on the positive side and also a negative comment as well. So all those opinions are being weighed on my part, right? Because it is not Richard Hart. This is the typical Richard Hart. Oh, who is here for glory, right? He did mention on streams that he is here for glory, for the tokens, right? Me, I am not here for the glory of myself, right? I'm here for the glory of crypto, right? So I think you have two different use of colors. I'm here for the glory of crypto, not of myself, right? I could be just a fleeting man, just yeah, man. I'm not here for forever, right? So that is something that I could leave a legacy, right, for the next generation, especially in changing the monetary system, right? So yeah, man. Let me do chat, right? Chat, sige, before going into the topic. I think arts control most of it. Indeed, man. Indeed. I think, yeah, especially with the daughter addresses, right? Yeah, you could look it up if you are keen into this matter in controlling. There's a reason behind this. Like, I see this as a security, right? You don't want to have a one wallet having the supply of the coins or the tokens for that matter, especially with hex, right? So you want to have that supply of the hex being distributed to daughter addresses, right? So I think it is a security feature, not a bug, brother. With regards to controlling, you have to ask, right, if the OA had been dumping, right? So that is the question. I think that's the best thing that we could ask, right? Remember, RH had been mentioning, right, that the OA has not dumped or not sold any token for that matter. I think if you are an OA, it's not a good thing for you to dump on the heads. If you are an OA, right? If you are an OA, if you're a founder, it's and should I say, an ethical for you to do that in that sense, right? Knowing that you hold much of the supply. I think you could have a revenue model in which you can extract from the fees, right? From the LP farms, right? You could still have that should I say, cash flow that you could create based on the LPs, or should I say from the LP fees, right? So I don't try to think much of the supply being controlled by R. It's the question here really is, what if Richard Hart, right? Richard Hart, the entity, right? The person, so not the entity, but the person could like died, right? So that's the question. So I think that is part of the scenario that is not being considered, or not being talked about, right? So that is one thing to risk manage yourself in doing investing, especially in crypto, right? Especially not just in crypto, but literally everything could be stocks, right? The point I'm making here is the risk management that you can do, right? So yeah, yeah, man. I think that's the point there, right? So yeah, let me share X, right? So you could check out, look at that dancing of Asian on Pulse on my X account, right? If you're watching right now, good evening to our Twitter, to our X viewers who are watching right now. Good evening. Mostly these are international who are watching, right? So to the international who are watching, this is your man MacB Crypto. I am a OG Hexican, right? 2018, and I'm OG Pulsican. I suck for Pulse Chain, right? But hindi that suck for ProveX. I just have to do some analysis, and yeah, man. So I have to learn from the, should I say, from the previous sack that had happened. And speaking of sacking, because as I was mentioning a while ago, that yeah, you could really see this a decline of the should I say, from the sacrificers, right? Around 16 million. That is chicken feed for the one close to 1 billion of stock for pulse chain, right? So you just imagine, not even how many, well, not even 1%, right, of the 1 billion, right? So yeah, man. So I think these are things that have to be understand, right? Should I say, might as well be, yeah, close to 1%. Correct me if I'm wrong with my math on that one, right? So yeah, man, I'm live with RX again. If you're watching right now, good evening. And let me search Richard Harden here. So this is my man, this is my mentor, right? In understanding, the guy is brutally honest, right? So Richard Hart is a brutally honest guy. Um, Whether you love him or you hate him, right? So I just get I from my perspective, right? I just get the knowledge, the alphas that I'm getting from him. I don't agree all the things that he's mentioning, right? And even, right, there are contradictions that being mentioned by him, especially when pairing or pegging or pairing tokens, especially with the native coins, right? So anyway, that is just my opinion on him, right? So just imagine the launch. This is a post analysis for the ProveX launch. That was March 14 of 2026, and Richard Hart did posted this one on X, right? ProveX has launched at zero value, and the people have been trading their coins around at zero value for almost a day now. You have had the dominion and control of your ProveX, meaning you own the keys of this one almost a day now, meaning it was being sent to the sacrifice wallets, right? Especially, hey, by the way, speaking of suckers, right? You have a pool, they have a sacrifice pool in which they have a much more higher, should I say, higher multiplier on this one, right? Yeah, ni Ann who are watching right now. Good evening. Hello, sir. Good evening. Indeed. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for dropping by. This is, by the way, these are our solid supporters who are messaging right now. Nila An, Hadlukon Oraga. And this activity is kind of nose bleeding on this one. Mag-English ko na ni Day, right? So I'll be speaking in English since I am trying to have this reach out to the internationals who are watching right now. So this is Post Asian TV, right? But a little bit of mga ginagmayng Bisaya sometimes, right? So the contact address is this one, right? So the end of this one is a 01, sorry, 0B11 on Pulse chain, right? And you could verify the source code for ProveX token on RepoSourceify. So all these things are being posted by Richard Hart. So very careful with scam tokens that being traded on PulseX and for that matter other dexes, right? The coin can be sent to a smart contract until blocked. So there's a block on this one in which kind of time delay, yeah, right? In which they mentioned that could be a honey, as I was saying, right? Could be a bad lunch in which it's more of a honeypot type of lunching. But I think this was not a bug but a feature in which they have a delay in which on the on the block height, right, of 2600 19137 in which estimated can occur. It did mention about the time frame, right, of March 14, and all this time frame that is mentioned here unless you are on the whitelist. Now, speaking of this one, there was like a sniper on this one. There was a bot that bought 6 million PLS for I think 1 billion PLS, and they have sniped that one. So congratulations to the guy who have sniped. These are should I say snipers for lunch, right? They will just be doing a quick buying this one since you are the one initially buying the supply, in which we could create that value, right? It could it could start at zero, right? What we will never know if the guy have bought that 6 million PLS, since he did mention that it is being that whitelisted, right? It could have been like, should I say, internal thing that they have done before the launch, right? So these are the consideration that we have to understand. It could just be them, right? Since they did mention that, yeah, only that white listed address, right, and the timer and expire and that is at the same time. So meaning this a white list of this one, you could buy but you cannot sell, right? That's the idea of a honeypot. You could buy but you cannot sell. But the whitelist address could be that one's 6 million PLS that bought 1 billion of PLS, right? If you're Jelly Suck using Tron, you might import your private key. To the people who are using Tron network, let me emphasize this one coming from Richard Hart, that you have to import your private key, not your mnemonic seed phrase, into an EVM compatible wallet such as MetaMask. This is because Tron and the EVM compatible chain like Pulse chain, like BNB, and the mother of them all is Ethereum, right? Base networks derive different addresses from the same mnemonic. Using your mnemonic is an EVM wallet. Using your mnemonic in an EVM wallet will generate a completely different address, and your sacrifice will not appear. You can use the ProveX software at this one. So this link, guys, I have posted this one on YouTube with regards to this one, and might as well be posting the D app on this one so as for people not to be scammed, guys. Good evening. Yeah, empowerment builder. I was mentioning, right? We have this conversation before the lunch, right? I'm very thankful that yeah you got your coins, and I think you got you brother you did sacrifice on ProveX, right? I hope you are up on the moment, right? So I think you could be up one two, should I say one times two, 1.2 times, right? Depending, right? And yeah, and did mention good evening. Hello sir, good evening, right? Good evening, Pexicans. Pexicans. What is Pexicans? Polsicans, Pexicans. Is that like a prove Exicans? Provsicans. Anyway, Power Builder, yeah, we have this conversation, right? I did mention earlier in the show, right, that yeah, this is not the typical Richard Hart that we know. And I think the guy could have a trick up his sleeves because he was mentioning about whitelisting this one, in which it could be a honey trap or a honey pot, right? And yeah, you could buy but you could not sell. So well, that's stupid, right? So that is not the typical Richard Hart. So I kind of analyzing things, right? So I was trying to say to myself that yeah, this is not typical Richard Hart that I know. The guy is very thorough, very keen, right? Very objective, right? Very blunt. And yeah, man, speaking of blunt, blunt in the sense that yeah, he'll be speaking his mind out. He'll be calling things, the apps, people, not doing crypto, right? So that's the guy that I know now. Empowerment builder dimension almost a double now. Yeah, I think you're doubled now. Yeah, I bought later on. When I saw the post of Cryptosol brother that there was a 2 billion dump, right? So I did bought on that dip. So might as well. I don't have a multiplier on this one. I don't know if you are on the solo sacrificer or on the sack pool. From the sack pool, sacrifice pool, right? They could have a good multiplier in this one. I think close to a two million US dollars, right, on that pool. And I think the guys, right, this is part of the post analysis. If you are on the sacrifice pool, guys, I think you have to do extra steps on that one. I did not see the sacrifice pool, or should I say that use it, right? I could be wrong with this one, but from what I understand from other protocols, right, with deep catchers, perpetuals, right, like the other perpetuals, like the maxi, the lucky, right, you have to do some extra steps on that one since it's like a different smart contract address before it will be sent to your address, right? So to the sacrifice wallet, that wallet, specific wallet address that is being part of the sacrifice pool, right? So who knows? We suck for the platform. Who knows? Maybe there will be some airdrops from ProveX someday to our true supporters. Indeed, could be. It could be done, right? So you could have a sacrificer set on that one, and you could just airdrop those people who did sacrifice ProveX. So yeah, man, you could do that. So again, these are the part of the post analysis. An empowerment builder that mentioned no third party sack pool. See it stay directly with RH first week sack. Okay, copy. I understand, brother. Okay, good. Good for you, brother. If you have no third party sacrifice pool on this one. All right, all right. If you're just tuning in, good evening to our watchers who are watching right now. Good evening to the people are watching on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Maybe like, share, and please subscribe to the Pulse Asian TV, right? In which we will be, yeah, man, updating you with the recent Pulse Chain ecosystem updates, right? Me and Asian is doing this every here, right below. As you can see here below, right? That is every Wednesday around 7:30 p.m. Philippine and Malaysian time. Me and Asian have the same time zone, right? So again, yeah, man, that is part of the post analysis. And later on the show, I will show you the chart. I mean, if you're doubled, right, I could be also on double without the multiplier. So yeah, man, congratulations to you, Empowerment Builder. I'm excited for the project for Empowerment Builder, especially for the on-ramping using the e-wallets here in the Philippines, like GCash, right? I might as well be adding some other e-wallets locally, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, that would be awesome, right? So if you're watching right now, good evening. This is your man, MacD Crypto. People are watching on our X, right? Good evening for the internationals who are watching right now in X, right? Formerly Twitter. Good evening from this side. Now, if you're gonna hear some muffler sound, again, welcome to Muffler Town, and you will know that is not an AI, and that is your man, MacB Crypto. Right? Big shout out to the brothers of MVS Script, right? To the people who are streaming daily, right? To MVS Script, to the Kryptonite Show, right? Big shout out also to our vouchers. Please, please, lads, the capital pools the soonest, brother Jexa. Tio Jexa, you might as well be having lunch the capital pools, right? And I think it's a good thing that we did have a pairing of ProveX and also with a vouch on V2 on PulseX, right? Gcash, Paymaya, etc. Good. Salamat Pitang. What's that? Salamat Pitang. Sorry, baka mali ito. Are you speaking in Brunei or Indonesian or whatnot in here, brother? Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for dropping on chat. All right. So I was mentioning, right? So this is part of our post analysis on this one. So the post analysis is this one. What's really transpired, right? During the lunch, right? So this is a post analysis on this one. Again, there's a big rotation, and people have been mentioning that. Yeah, I did mention that also, right? Of the ProveX first conference of RH Max. You could check it out. I think I am on the more or less 6 hour mark, 6 hours, right? Mark. Indeed, I did mention that I did not suck and I have different opinion on that one. And later on, I will be giving also my opinion on the post analysis on this one. So yeah, man. So what's still the end? Malaysian for good evening. Okay. Malaysian for good evening is Salamat Pitang. All right. Sorry, man. My bad. All right. So, Salamat Pitang. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Thank you for that one. To our Malaysian friends who are watching right now, Salamat Pitang. Did I get it right? Salamat Pitang. Cool. All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening from this side, and good morning on the other side. If you're tuning in, this is the post analysis, right? Oh, the pulse ProveX pulse chain lunch, right? ProveX, in which later on the show, I will be trying to explaining, right? Salamat pitang. Silamat. Silimat pitang or silamat pitang. Jill Day watching right now. Good evening, brother Paul Shade Newbies, right? Yeah, man. I did post this one also on X that yeah, Prove X is a glorified meme on Pulse Chain, right? So that's my take on this one, right? So yeah, man. Now, if you wanna speculate on price, brother in arms in the Pulsing newbies, you can do that, right? Salamat pitang, indeed. Salamat pitang, indeed, indeed. So yeah, man. So RH was mentioning of the lands, right? And yeah, man. Let me go back and read this one. So as you can see here, let me scroll up na tano on this one. I think this is a thread of him. TLDR, thinking out loud, if timer works around 19.5 hours. So I not will be, since, yeah, let me post Richard Hart's account on chat, right? So let me copy this. And he will mention that, yeah, man, you have to watch out for the timer, right? So I am not a fan of a race to dump mechanic, so consider just not buying, right, for 19.5 hours. If you prefer prices to be near zero for longer than 24 hours, they were. Sell if you can. I think that's whitelisted addis only. So I think that's what I mean with that 6 million could be a whitelisted addy that have bought during that launch, right? So yeah, to create that kind of big pump on that one, right? So of that 1 million that I did, that did post, right? So sorry, I got stuttered over there. All right. So this is part of the analysis on this one, right? So what really transpired in this one was during this event, people were buying, even though Richard Hart had mentioned that is a delay, our delay or time delay on this one, right? Assuming that the time one works right? So you guys should probably be expecting all the other basically standardish code, right? If you are a dev and you can read code, I think he was saying that yeah, man, do not trust but verify. Why not? It's public and human readable. So how much was liquidity? So this was what he was asking this one. What uh, during the early before the lunch, really, right? And how much, really, right? And yeah, we could scroll up here. If you're here in the weekend, you're gonna make it, right? I think this was post coming from Richard's impressions, right? Gonna make it. Should nuke sooner if the whitelist address sells some more. Indeed. So yeah, man. So the chart of things. So I'm reading Richard Hart post here. during the launch of March 14. That was closely, sorry, did I mention 2 days ago? But rather 4 days ago. But I did bought on the second day, I think. Sorry, my bad, my bad. I did bought on the second day, not on the first day, right? Because on the first day, it was you cannot sell, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, I did read this tweet. Sorry, my bad. I did bought on the second day later that afternoon in my Philippine time. My bad, my bad. Sorry, right? So when I see that dump of close to a 2 billion ProveX token that is being dumped, right? So, and here we come, right? Dear media, right? So, mo na niyang giingon. This is the thing that I did mention, right? Close to like yeah, as I was saying, like 2.1 trillion, right? As you can see in here. Yeah, let me blow up my screen here, right? So, as you can see here, guys. So yeah, man. Let me try to get this. Where is that thing? Yeah. I think I have a welcome. I don't know what happened, guys. I just have to do this right. I hope I can get this thing out. I think the graphics on this one is this one, right? Ayun. There. My bad. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. So there you go. This is my welcome tab, by the way. So that blew up in here. So let me share back again my screen, right? Yeah, stop sharing and share it back here. So yeah, this is part of the post analysis, right? You can just imagine Richard Hart having this marketing strategy, marketing way of being, right, being seen by the local media or by the mainstream media, right? If you're hearing muffler sound, welcome to Muffler Town, all right? Salamat Pitang, all right? Salamat Pitang. So as you can see here, right? If you could see my cursor right now, that is close to a 2 trillion, right? You could be a trillionaire during that March 14 launch, right? That's hilarious, right? So then posted UBs were like, no man, I was saying that no man, that's too good to be true. I was mentioning it could be a bad lunch, and yeah, and I was mentioning over on a different conversation with Empowerment Builder that it's not typical Richard Hart that I know, right? So yeah, man. So all these things, but Richard Hart really want to pay more. That yeah, man, that's 200 trillion, not 2 trillion, but 200 trillion USD per coin, right? The fiat value of that one. See, it seems. Should I make a crying post about it? Lol. All right. Again, I'm reading this one. This is the following day. That is March 15. ProveX coin was designed to land at zero. It did. Indeed. It traded for over a day at zero. Sweet. It's basically a zero right now. But for people that spent 12K buying a token, they couldn't sell, which week the price into trillions for less than a day. Not too far off the target at all, right? So I think negative, or should I say 8.25. I don't know if this is negative hours. I sorry, it is 8.25 hours. Still, the coin should be trading like the normal. So yeah, it have to tick the following day, right? And yeah, I was now reading this one. So that is 11 hours ago. We did post this one for this new all-time high on this one. So yeah. So congratulations to the people who have bought on this one, and you could be speculating this one in open market if you want to. Then yeah, you can do that, right? So for thank you for Nail T shares of 2D5 for sharing and also liking, right? So our people watching right now on the Polsican store, happy birthday, brother Steve, right? Happy birthday to Polsican store. It's their second birthday, right, for the Polsican store. Again, I did mention the Pulse Asian TV shirt. You could check out using the Pulse Asian TV 20% discount to get a 20% discount on your merch, right? So yeah, man, that is Richard Hart posting, right? Bold posting for the ProveX launch, right? So All right. On chat. All right. I think chat is cool right now. Let me see chat. So if you're just tuning in, again, this is your man MacB Crypto doing some post analysis on the launch of ProveX, right? So as I was mentioning earlier on the show, what is ProveX? So this is the topic of the for people just watching right now. So ProveX, by the way, right, uses Zeki proofing, zero knowledge proof, right? So on a nutshell, Zeki technology, right, zero knowledge, right, is basically a private centric, efficient centric, right, security centric form and technology in which there will be less, right, divulging of identities, right, in which we'll be using technology, right, to trust, right, not trusting people, but to trust using the technology. This Zeki proof, zero knowledge proofing. So it is very important to note that, yeah, you have to understand that, yeah, it is a basic core principle, right? This is completeness, right? So meaning that if the statement is true, then it is accepted, right? The soundness. If the statement is false, right, then it should not be accepted or should be rejected. And that's how the zero knowledge proofing, in which no info should be leaked, right? So again, ProveX in its essence is a privacy centric, right, technology using Zeki proofing, or Zeki, right, zero knowledge proofing, right? So again, guys, ProveX is not unique in its sense, since there are other platforms, or should I say protocol, especially with ZK P2P. It is now peer at the moment, right? In which ProveX is, I think, utilizing this part, because basically, if you wanna use ProveX, you have to install peer, right? The ZK P2P, right? So meaning of P2P is peer-to-peer swapping, right? No intermediaries. Speaking of intermediaries, right? So let me show the ProveX main website, right? So we did have this ProveX rundown, or should I say, we did have a ProveX stream with Asian, right, on beta testing on that one, and we did have also the builders, right, show on this one. I think I did mention about ProveX, and I think we have also on the show on PulseAsianTV about ProveX, right? In which me and Asian did mention it on beta testing, right? So as of the moment, as you can see here, I have downloaded on this one, right? ProveX, the main website is here, brothers. So let me put this one on chat on our Restream account. So again, we're very careful with the scam links, right? If you're just tuning in to the internationals or watching right now, this is Richard Hart. Let me show this one. So that is Richard Hart, right? Root for that one. Richard Hart win. Alright, so for ProveX, ProveX.com, the main website, not the D app. You have to click the launch app on this one, right? So let me put this one again on chat. So this is being posted on YouTube and also on Facebook. If you're interested in this one and use the technology of Zeki proofing, in which yeah, you could exchange, right, tokens using this technology, in which you could have a platform that, yeah, the prover and the verifier could have a platform to exchange tokens, to exchange value, to exchange coins, right, over using ZK proofing, right? So again, this is the ProveX. As you can see here, I have posted this one on chat. You can see it here, right, on my if you're looking at the screen, right, it is on your left side, right, on your left side, the left arm, but here, right. So as you can see here, right, so ProveX is stress is dead, long live ProveX. So basically what they're saying is they're building a technology or a software to kill the crypto exchange. They say the CeFi exchanges like Binance, right? So that is a tall order to say to this one, right? Crypto exchange That is a software that will try to kill the CFI exchanges, right? It is a toll, that is a big word to say, right? That is the biggest middleman of them all. Indeed, indeed. But we have to understand on this one, right? That people don't understand even DeFi, right? Majority of people, right? And then you'll be uh, that is, I think this is part of us, part of me, part of the people who are educating, right, the community, right, not necessary from the posting community but from the other communities who could be watching right now, right. It is not all about trading, right. Trading is just part of the market, right, or should I say part of that ecosystem, right. So this is the biggest middleman of the mayor. So I think for this one, again, this is a big word to say. In that sense, people don't even know how to use properly a DEX, right? Or should I say DeFi in its essence, right? The decentralized finance, in which you could have a DeFi wallet, you could have a decentralized exchange, right? So this again a big word, and I think we have to educate people in how we can use this technology, right? Onboarding them into the DeFi stuff, right? So again, these are important concepts that we have to understand. Yeah, so that is ProveX, right? So this is part of our post analysis on this one. I'm just reading through this one. This is just the beginning. ProveX can replace middlemen across every industry. So I think from this technology, right? And I think I don't know with Empowerment Builder if he will be using this on the background with ProveX. So I am not a dev, right? So yeah, man, I could be. You have to take my word with a grain of salt, right? Even I after stream I will be checking, and I will be checking my stream if I have mentioned or say some things that could be wrong, right? So again, take my word for with a grain of salt, guys, right? So again, guys, this is the main website as you can see on chat and on the stream, right? That is ProveX, and you have to click launch app, right, for you to use this one, right? So you have a video on this one. This is the exchange killer, and this is literally how Zeki proof is being done, right? So crypto was invented to remove the middleman. We understand that one, but people then that really want to hold their private keys, right? Yet centralized exchanges have become the biggest middle among them all. I think for this one, I think people really try to value, or say should I say try to do the convenient part, right? Something that is very inconvenient, right? That is not less technical. People will flock to those things, right? So that is just the reality of how the human psyche, right? That is being easy, right? So it is what it is. It is the just the reality of the human psyche. ProveX replaces them. Buyers and sellers install a browser extension that issues zero knowledge proof. So I think guys, you have understand this one. This was ZK, right? ZK is zero knowledge proof, right? Earlier on the show, I did mention the terms that we'll be mentioning later on the show for people to understand on this one. So it is composable, right? Meaning you could use this one to other platforms, right? So that is the idea of composability, right? Once wallets and the apps integrate ProveX, you just have to integrate ProveX, right? You could just imagine Switch being integrated to your maybe your website, right? So I think you can do this one also, right? For ProveX, right? Every new use case compounds the previous ones. One integration, they have the infinite applications, and yeah, man, you have the buy and burn on this one, right? So I think, guys, let me just go run through this one, in which if you have a buy and burn, yeah, I think Pulse Chain have PulseX, right? Pulse Chain, right, have this buy and burn, right? For a layer one, it is a buy and burn. For PulseX, which is a decentralized exchange, for the Pulse Chain ecosystem, for the Pulse Chain blockchain, you have plus PulseX, right? And for this one, we have 2%, 1% for the buyer, and 1% for the seller, right? So the market have to decide what is the fair value on this one. Then the users can happily with 2% on every swapping. right? So yeah, man, and we have the auto part of this one, in which the fees that is being collected, right, is or are automatically used to buy ProveX in the open market liquid pool, right? So meaning that is what we're saying, buy and burn, right? And we have also the scarcity built into the protocol, right? So every token that is being brought to the protocol is sent to the burn address, right? So these are the things that we have to understand in this one for us to have an asset that is scarce, right? So you cannot have an infinite supply of token, right? That's why it has a buy and burn on this one, right? So fees that is being collected, meaning on the protocol level, on the infrastructure side of things, right? The fees that is being collected, right, is being, I'm talking about the fees, right, is being used to buy ProveX on the open liquidity pool. And you have also the token that is being bought by the protocol, right? So the token that is being bought, that is ProveX, will be sent to the born address, right? So meaning you could have adoption, it is equals scarcity, right? Could be, this is a possibility on this one, right? So it is engineered for scarcity. Every swap, every proof, every use of the protocol buys ProveX from the open market and burns forever. All right. So these are the important things, right? It is being bought, right, and it is being sent to the burn address on the infrastructure, say the protocol level, right? So you just imagine no person, right? No person once ProveX launch, it will just do its course, right? It is being hard coded on the protocol level. So these are important things to understand, right? And let me go through chat and read this one. Sex is like banks. They can shut your account down and you don't truly own your asset when it's held by them. Indeed. Indeed. Every money that is being that is being saved or being put or you put on the bank is not your money anymore technically. They own that money. You have to understand that one. Every money that is being deposited to the bank is technically not your money. Right? Di ba? Kung musahin ka og mga documents on this one, yes, 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 yes. Right? So, yeah, these are the fine prints when you put, or should I say, deposited money to the banks. Your transfer can be frozen. Indeed, you could have your account locked, and entry and exit could be blocked. Indeed, good points being mentioned here by Empowerment Builder, right? So these are the things that you have to understand. Now, going back in the ProveX, the main website, you have to click this one, guys. They have the launch app, and you will be redirected to this one. So this is the peer-to-peer exchange, and on this one I have already the downloaded, right? I have downloaded, right, the ZK proof, right, the ZK P2P peer. Before it is called ZK P2P, now it's called peer. That is a fiat, right, to crypto, should I say, on ramping. So that is the technology in which, sadly for the Filipinos and for the international outside, right? We're also internationals outside of US, in which you could have used Revolut, Venmo, Wise, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. In which I did mention to empowerment builder with his build, right? Brother, if you're watching right now, it would be nice, right? If you could see GCash in this one, if you could do composability on this one. I think we have to talk to the GCash people. I don't know if it could be done as a community, right? So correct me if I'm wrong on that one, brother. So yeah, man, as you can see here, right? So on this one, I have already downloaded the peer, right, extension, browser extension, this one. So it will pop up here on this part, right? And for as you can see here, you cannot see it anymore since I have downloaded it already, right? So it will be sent to this address, right? Example, you could have 555.5, and you wanna buy like USDC on Pulse chain, right? So yeah, there's no enough amount exceeds 500 for Revolut. Okay, I think it's only 500 for Revolut. So as you can see here, right? So this is ProveX, right? Live in action, guys, right? So this is a ProveX live in action. Oh, might as well be Revolut, right? So these are for the internationals, right? You can use this one. You just have to open a Revolut account, a Venmo, a Wise, and a Cash App. So mostly these are should I say not available locally, at least here in the Philippines, right? So I did have a Revolut account, but I don't know if I was approved. It's kinda this is the part in which you could have a friction that is gonna happen on this one, right? So might as well be having this small amount on this one. Revolut. If Revolut is not working, let's try Venmo. So if you are international or is watching right now, it's not working with Venmo. How about Wise? You received, so not also with Wise, right? I don't know what's gonna work in his Cash App. Oh, you'll receive. That is not a good deal, right? So very careful in doing this, right? So look at the bad code in here, right? So okay, exceeds 100. All right. So I think 99. So you could have a bad deal on this one, guys. So yeah, man. So $1. So $1 is if you're gonna use Cash App. Yeah, especially you have the fees, right? So you will just be getting 0.98 USDC on the pulse chain side, right? So yeah, so this is a very important thing to consider when you try to swap using Cash App. Let me try to PayPal. How about PayPal? So you have to look really if there is a seller, because if I am the buyer, they have a seller. So this is a P2P, right? You need to have that other counterparty, or so the other party, right? Not counterparty, but other party who is gonna buy since I am the one selling it, right? So PayPal is not don't have that liquidity as of the moment, right? So with what we I'm using Zelle. With Zelle, you have around $5 more or less difference from US dollar. Using Zelle, you could be receiving only 95.14 US dollars using Zelle. So practically, this is the ProveX in action, guys. So basically, you could buy and sell on this one. Yeah, you could sell that one also, right? So you can see here, right? And these are the stats that you can see, right? So at the moment is really low, right? Around 156, 156.50, right? So you have really a low, um, should I say, people using as of the moment. And again, mind you, right? Let me be clear. This one that is ProveX burn function is not activated as of the moment, right? So you have to understand on this one, right? So as you can see here, since it is relatively new, nobody, or should I say, just a small user that is using as of this as of the moment, right? So these are very important things to understand. Yeah, man. Hello, sir. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, Novi. Again, Nov, thank you for dropping by on chat. Thank you so much. Empowerment Bill, say again. Stream froze. Sorry, stream froze. My bad. Is it me or maybe your signal over there, brother? Yeah, man. Yeah, let me. I think this is what it says. Sex, not sex, but sex. Centralized exchange, right? That's CEX, right? That's Charlie Echo X-ray. It's like banks. They can shut your account down and you don't truly own your assets. This is correct. Again, if I have froze a while ago, every cents or every peso or every dollar that you're depositing to the bank, that is your not your money technically. If you're gonna deposit it to the bank, it's bank's liability on their balance sheet, right? And your transfer can be frozen. Indeed, an account could be locked, right? Entry and exit could be blocked. Indeed, good point, right? Replying to Novi, Salamat Pitang. Nov, yeah man, Salamat Pitang meaning, yeah, good evening, right? Still early days, traders need to deposit for buyers first. Indeed. So as you can see here, we have a low trading volume as you can see with ProveX. But speaking of volume, right? Let me show. Let me try to show the chart on this one. Now, before showing the chart, right? I did mention my opinion on this one. I just want to say it again. My point here during also the stream of Arts Axie, I would rather have it being used for ProveX, the platform could have used PLX or other code tokens for the buy and burn function on this one, and no more sacrifice rounds. And I did mention also during that first ever conference of ProveX that there could be a great rotation, or should I say a rotation of capital from the core coins into ProveX, right? And it is happening right now, right? You could see dumping of the core tokens like Hex, INC, Pulse, and Plus X, right? So these are the points that I did mention before the launch, right? Now, I think 1 month ago, right, with the first ever ProveX conference of RH Max. It was an online conference in which I have a dissenting opinion or different opinion with the with the sacrifice of ProveX, right? But yet again, let me be clear that the trading or the speculative side is different, right? So when you say trading, let me share the chart for ProveX, right? Yeah, so you can see here, we did have an all-time high of around. All right, so this is the 5 minute chart. So the 5 minute chart makes sense as of the moment since you cannot really appreciate the technical analysis or the TA of this one on the 4 hour, right? So you can still not see, right, a structure, market structure, or say a chart structure for this one. Not unless on the 4 hour chart, but on the 8 hour chart, even the technical, or should I say, yeah, man, the indicators still not showing since it is a relatively, it is not relatively, but yeah, I just had lunch, right? So I think more or less 4 days ago, right? So as you can see here, even on the 1 day, on the 1 day time frame, right? So what is this? Is 16, 17, right? So it has a high of around three zeros. The 0.0001348 for today of March 18, right? So what do you think, guys, will be the price of this one later on? Maybe days to come, weeks to come, months to come, right? So yeah, man, I might as well also be yeah, there had been I have read X. I think there was a post about might as well, right, for the community to pair their token with ProveX, right? These are very good suggestion that we can do, right? Since the much of the liquidity of ProveX is in the stables, right? So more or less close to 2 million US dollars for this one. So there's enough liquidity for this on. Click the arrow left side, look at available traders. All right. All right. Wait. I think empowerment builder did man. All right. So yeah, let me go back here and let us will show this one, right? Yeah, on the buy side. And so I think this is what he's saying on this, right? So this is on base. Let me share this one. You have the peer peasant. All right. Okay, cool. Is this what you're saying, brother? So let me check here. All right. If you're just tuning in again, this is your man MacB Crypto for the 50th episode of the Pulse Asian TV. Right. So again, Pulse Asian could not be here since he's in a very important meeting for a very important client. All right. Just imagine that one, right? If the client will be buying ProveX, what do you think, Asian? All right, so the trader side, this one, right? I think you could also check sell and check this one, and yeah, you can see. I not be clicking those links, right? So I think this is what he meant by this one. Yeah, let me. Guys, if you have question, please put it on chat, right? Available quotes. All right. Copy. I get it. So this arrow. All right. Copy. This is what he meant, right? So these are the available. If you're gonna use Revolut in this one, right? So I think you have to click the arrow here for the available, right? For Revolut. So I think we have a best quote on this one. We have a seller of yeah, man. We have a seller for USDC on Pulse of around 168.72 US dollars, right? So I think you can do that. And here you go. So these are the available, right? Peer to peer, or should I say person to person or peer to peer. This is the available quote on this one for the traders, right? When I say trader, this is buyer and seller, right? So those are traders, right? You could be a trader on the seller side and a trader on the buyer side. So those are traders, right? So you this one, you have to match this one with 173.77 US dollars, and you will be getting 165.35 US dollars on the posting side on this one, right? So thank you so much, Empowerment Builder, for this. So really helpful, brother. Thank you so much. Indeed. Yep, the arrow. Yep, indeed. Yep, the arrow above the dollar sign. Copy. Thank you so much. And on the buy, indeed. Yeah, you can see in there. Yeah, I think I have shown that for the audience, brother. If you're just tuning in, good evening and good morning. On the other side, this is your man MacB Crypto, together with Empowerment Builders and all the people on chat and every watching. Thank you so much on our YouTube channel, on MacB Herms. Thank you so much, guys. Now, yeah. So I think these are the important things that we have to understand. Empowerment Builder, if you're still watching, it would be awesome to if you could add right Gcash on this one. Um, yeah, maybe in the future, right? We will never know. That is one thing, right? With this one, and for P2P exchange, especially with peso, you can just imagine quoted there being in peso using GCash, right, instead of Revolut and Wise, right? So I think we have to talk to a lot of the the guys who are in suits in here, right? I don't know if you know someone here in the Philippines or internationals are watching right now, who are into DeFi stuff, who are into peer-to-peer trading, right? Buying and selling the stuff. Maybe you could hook me up to the guys that we can talk to, right? First, the Gcash side, the e-wallets here in the Philippines, that would be awesome. Again, it boils down to the community for us to do all the things, right, for us to succeed for adoption, right, for the usage of our tokens, for the usage of the D app. So these are important things that we have to understand. Again, in the decentralized network, we are, or I am the network, right? So these are the important things. That's why we're doing the show, right? I'm doing all the CTU, CRT. On our CTU, we have giveaways, right? To have that, should I say, Bibu effect, right? Or should I say, inline economic incentive for our viewers, right? And might as well be onboarding them later on, right? If they understand this stuff, right? So we're giving prices on our CTU, CRT, right? So yeah, man. So again, guys, I think I have covered all these things, right? I have covered a lot of things, not all, but I have covered things with ProveX, or the post analysis of the launch of ProveX, right? So this is part of the analysis of this one, right? I had mentioned that, yeah. Let me just do a recap. I did mention earlier in the show with RH posting, bold posting about the ProveX launch, and also the so-called 1 million, right, percent rise in price of the ProveX token, close to 200 trillion per coin, right? And the guy have really a trick up his sleeve, in which later on, after the 1 day time frame or time locking, right, delay, not time lock, but time delay, right? In which you could really see, right, with that chart, having the price, and let the market decide for the value of the token in the open market, right? So again, this is the chat of this one. And let me do a 5 minute mark on this one, right? So yeah, I think if you're watching right now, what do you think? I think I have both here on this level, right? On this level, and I think on this level, I think, and on this level also, right? So when I see this dump in here of the 2 billion, I think more or less here, and it dump here and bought, and yeah, I have a bag of ProveX, right? So I think I'm also up more or less. Let me do, yeah, more or less. How much is this one? Yeah, let me try to do this, guys. Price and big trades on this one. You could put here more or less. Here, right? So more or less, this is an estimate on this one. Right. All right. So on 1 day, yeah, man, close to 2 million US dollars, right? You could be up, yeah, man, 103%, right? Oh man, yeah, 103%. So meaning you have, yeah, you have doubled your stock, right? So literally, if you have bought like 50,000 pesos, right? If you're up 100%, then that 50,000 is like 100,000, right? So yeah, just for the easy number on this one, you're up 1x, right? So that's the idea of 1x. So you can just imagine being up like 10,000x. Just imagine the yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the, should I say, the math on saying times x and 100% than 10,000x, right? So these are terminologies we have to understand on this, um, percentages, right, and excess, right? So I sorry, I did not share the screen, right? Here you go. My bad, my bad, my bad. If you're just tuning in, good evening, good evening. This is your man, Mac B Crypto. As you can see here, this is the 5 minute chart. I think if you have to ask me, right, it doesn't really matter in the short term, right? Since relatively bago lang to nag-launch, right? I think you could still buy this one, right? So do not quote me on that one. Speaking, relatively speaking, right? 1 year, 2 years from now, I know that chart will be much more up than this one, especially, right? I did mention on my previous streams that, yeah, things that you can do for price appreciation is if you have the founder, right? These are the only rich person. If you have a token, right? A founder, if you have a token, right? And also for a newly launched token, you could literally, yeah, market opportunity to trade, right, for a newly launched token. It is what it is. That's how trading is supposed to be an open market fair, right? So that's why you have to strategize. Should I say you have all these technical analysis that you can do on this one, right? So again, guys, if you're just looking at this chart as of the moment, speaking, right? Relatively speaking, it is relatively early, right? Since just 2 days, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, should I say, for the contract address to launch on Pulse Chain, right? And you can buy this one on all the other exchanges like Liberty Swap, right? You could buy this one on PulseX, right? Liberty Swap, right? So let me check Liberty Swap. They have a pair for this one, right? So check this one out, guys. So you could buy, right? For the other communities who are watching right now from Base, right? From Ethereum, from Binance Smart Chain, right? From Arbitrum, right? You could buy, right? ProveX using Liberty Swap Finance on this one. So let me put this one on chat, guys. Yeah, you could use Liberty Swap Finance here, guys. You could buy this one. Here you go, guys. Yes, that is Liberty Swap that finance. All right, Liberty Swap that finance. All right. So if you are from base, you could buy. If something went reload, what happened? Am I off on my chat? I think I am off, right? So let me do chat. Where are you? Chat. So I'm going into my 1 hour mark now. Alright, nila ni Donna, Novi, who are watching, nagtanaw ganina. Thank you so much for dropping by, right? Thank you, Donna. Kinsa pa ba ning upat nga nagtanaw na ho? Dili na mausa-usa mo, guys. Alright. Ni GLJ, nila Novi, right? For watching. Thank you so much, Novi. Thank you so much. Nagtanaw paghihapon nato karon. Now, yeah, man. I think I'm still live, right? Tingali sikong storya dire, din dili ni ko madunggan, guys. Right? So, as I was saying, you could buy ProveX using this link, right? That is LibertySwap.finance. All right. So, LibertySwap.finance. Yeah, you could buy like a hundred in here, $100, right? And yeah, you could be sent directly to your wallet, right? This is a cross-chain swapping that you can do with LibertySwap.finance. All right, from the other chain. And let me try Ethereum this one. Yeah, so I think it's trying to loading at this of the moment, right? You could buy a minimum of $20 and close to 25, or should I say 25, a maximum of 25,000 US dollars, close to more or less 1 point maybe 6 million pesos, right? On this one. So for this example, you can buy USDC and Ethereum, right? For $100, and you could get 772,113, right? If you are gonna buy uh, um, $100 with $1,000, close to made 7 million, I think. ProveX token on this one. Again, if you wanna speculate in this one, you could just look at the chart, right? I think the pump is just pump. The chart is just had started to pump, right? So be very careful, right? Do not again chase green candles. You have to risk manage all these things that you have to understand when you are trading. All right. On Binance Smart Chain, let's try to check Binance Smart Chain. Base is risk your life. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Let me read on chat, right? Base is risk. Several has gotten accounts locked. Seen posts from Polsicans wanting to send from Liberty, but Coinbase froze them. So, guys, very careful when using the Base, right, network. Do not use Base. There had been accounts, right, that is being locked when using, especially to the Pulsicans who are watching right now, right? Do not use base. If you are from the base community, right, or from the Ethereum, not Ethereum, right? And could be base, right? And several has gotten accounts locked. So do not use base, guys. So thank you for this one, Empowerment Builder. Thank you so much for updating this. I have not come across the news of people being locked when using base, right? But anyway, so for Arbitrum, right, $1,000 could buy you around close to 7.7 million ProveX token on Pulse Chain. So again, that is Liberty Swap Finance, right? And Empowerment Builder, that yeah, CX8, C8, sorry, C8 solves it soon, but Liberty Swap for now. All right, so this is the guy who was telling you about building, right? And let us go chat. I assume it was due to living in a different country that he was living in. Could be. This is a possibility, right? Especially when using base. But anyway, if you're the international and you could be living, right, different outside of the US, right? Out of the country of the US or the United States, right? I think we're very careful in using base. I think that is the main idea of empowerment builder that he's trying to mention here, right? So thank you so much. All right, so you can use Liberty Swap for in order for you to buy directly from other EVM chains like Binance Smart Chain, Arbitrum, right, and Ethereum, right? So again, don't use Base as of the moment since there are news or there been events in which people got locked out or had been locked using base network. So again, guys, be very careful in doing this, right? Again, none of this should be taken as a financial advice. All right. Okay, guys, I think that would be all for tonight, right? Again, a big shout out to our viewers who are watching right now, to the people who are in chat, right? To Novi, to Empowerment Builder, everyone, to GLJ, yeah, GLJ, Silamat Pitang, indeed, indeed, to Hex Gang, right? Thank you so much for dropping by also early on chat, right? All right, cool, cool, cool. If you don't have any question, guys, I think we could end the stream now. It's around 9 p.m. here in the Philippines. Actually, at this time, I will be already asleep, right? So let me go through our solid platforms. We have Moonex, which is the founder of this one is Brother Asian, right? We have Vouch token, that is a liquid mining staking protocol on the Vouch network, or should I say Vouch D app, right? So big shout out to Brother Jexa. Please launch the capital pools, right? It would be awesome to see, right? If we could have a yeah, I think ProveX is again pumping again, right? So it's up 79.79% on the 24 hours, right? It is the only one. So you can see here, guys, it is the only one that is being green. As I was saying, every Donald Dump, this is what I'm saying. When we said that, yeah, people will just be rotating their bags into the new shiny object, and that is ProveX as of the moment, right? Coming from the cores like Hex, plus WPLS or PLS, PLSX, right? Peacock, right, is down 15% on the daily, right? This is just people rotating their bags, right? So it is what it is. That's how capital is flowing from the new shiny object, right? And Hex is down 11.85%, right? So yeah, man. Oh man, look at that gain that we did have, and we did have this dump back again. I hope we'll not be doing some yeah, man, this is a higher high, am I correct? And this is a lower low, right? Tama ba? I'm lost on the words of this one. This is a higher high and lower low. And lower low ay higher high, right? Lower low, higher high, and lower low. Did I get right, brother? I forgot with the terminology, son. Yeah, man. I shoot. I did not share that. Yeah. Anyway, stop sharing. I think I should be sharing back this one again. All right, with plus X, I should AC with my chart. This one. All right, I think this one. The chart is over here, right? So as you can see here, right? So again, we're higher high and lower low on this one, right? So higher high, lower low, right? Higher, lower. Yeah, no, no, no. You have lower low, lower high. You have higher high and higher high and higher low. Sorry, higher low. Yeah, that's the correct term for that one. Higher low. Yeah, you have higher high and a higher low in this one. You have lower low, right? You have lower low and a lower, higher, lower low and lower high. Lower low, higher high and lower low. Yeah, man. Lower low. Yeah, man. I forgot all these things, man. All right, all right. Anyway, guys, this is the chart again, right? This is the chart and the watch list, and I think ProveX is up 80.33% on the daily. Right, quite interesting, right? Indeed, indeed. Cool, cool. If wala na sa chat, right? If wala na sa chat, again, guys, it is my pleasure to be here and to have this opportunity, guys, to stream and to have an update with the pulse chain. So they say ProveX pulse chain, the ProveX on pulse chain, post analysis of the ProveX launch. All right, guys. Yeah, let me look at chat if wala na. Again, I think that's it for me for this evening. All right. And yeah, bye for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching.